In Asia, in Cambodia, and in Angkor, there is a hidden monument built during the Khmer Empire, lasted from 802 to 1431. Hidden in the tropical jungle of Siem Reap, that is a small and romantic structure of Ta Nei Temple. When was it built? Why was it built? What are the secrets of this temple? Let's discover this monument with Khmer Temples Nature. Ta Nei is a late 1st century laterite and sandstone temple in Angkor Archaeological Park, Siem Reap, Kingdom of Cambodia. Built during the rule of King Jayavarman VII to dedicate to the Buddha. This Bayon-style temple lies deep in the forest north of Ta Keo and near the northwest corner of the East Baray, a large holy reservoir. If you are planning a visit to this monument, head out of Angkor Thom by the Victory Gate, passing Thomanun and Chao Sai Tevada. Arrive at a corner of Ta Keo's car park and take a left, where you get to a junction on to an unpaved road, same way to Angkor zipline. Keep following the road north, winding through the thick jungle, and after about 500 meters, you will see a small direction signage on the right. Turn right and keep following the road round, and after about 100 meters, you will see the hidden temple. Ta Nei was extended initially toward the east and then enlarged with 3 small gopurats on the north, west, and south, and a large east gopura that is essentially a part of the inner galleried enclosure. As set up from, city walls were begun but were probably never finished. The length of the urban enclosure was 190 meters. Inside are 2 long, narrow tank moats on the north and south. The original northeast and southeast corner towers are now part of the gallery. The site is constructed on an east-west axis, and whereas today the site is entered from the west, its traditional main entrance is to the east. The original east and west gopuras are stand isolated. On the eastern side, the site begins with an outer or third enclosure that was lost to time or never completed, and a gopura entrance pavilion restored in recent times that leads to a causeway and large cruciform terrace. The cruciform terrace leads to the second enclosure, featuring gopura at each cardinal point and on the eastern side. Two small entrances flanked either side of the Grand Gopura, which itself offers three entrances, also lending itself to form the east wall of the inner galleried enclosure. The decoration is in the style of the Bayon, with devadas and small roundels enclosing figures carved on the doorway. Female divinities adorned the corners of the walls and scroll surround the base. Inside the inner or first enclosure, a cruciform vestibule to the south, a common structure seen at many sites noted as being a collapsed library near the south side, and a chamber connects the sanctuary to the north gopura, opening to the west, and a false door on the east. And at the western end is the central sanctuary. The central sanctuary, also cruciform in shape, with four porches, gopuras, and corner towers are in sandstone, but the connecting walls of the gallery are in laterite. Note, some Buddhist pediments and lintels are in place. They include a standing figure and four figures rowing actively in a boat, with flying figures carrying parasols at north pediment of the sanctuary. A kneeling figures blessing two children at north pediment of the south gopura. An armed figure on horseback at south pediment of the north gopura. On the eastern side of the site, there is another small gopura that was joined to the outer enclosure with a laterite path. Also flanking on either side of the second enclosure are long basins. Since the Angkor Archaeological Park is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, international conservation projects have been carried out ongoingly in the park. Through support of the Japanese government and the Abstract National Authority, the Cambodian government institution that manages Angkor Park, the National Research Institute of Tokyo for Cultural Heritage has launched a project to restore the temple. The project has been named Conservation and Sustainable Development of Ta Nei Temple. Visiting this ancient monument makes you feel a spirit of Taprom here, albeit on a lesser scale, with moss and tentacle-like roots covering many outer areas of this small temple. However, the number of visitors is also on a lesser scale, making it very atmospheric.